I've been with St. Albans since day one, which is about 9 years. It wasn't long after I came to the building. I would investigate each room. I went to the 3rd floor, and it was known as a suicide bathroom. Over the next few months, I became familiar with a female spirit there. She introduced herself as Rebecca.
I feel an attachment is something that's not at peace, not at rest with themselves, and they just kind of just linger on, and they just find somebody that they want to go home with.
She had beautiful shoulder-length blonde hair, very red lipstick. I asked Rebecca how she became a patient here at St. Albans. She said that she was brought here by her husband, and at the time, it was supposed to be a short stay. Why would her husband bring her here and just more or less drop her off? Rebecca thinks that over time her husband just tired of being with her, and that he wanted a new companion and start a new life, which in fact he did. So Rebecca became more and more depressed.
St. Albans is an amazing place. If you've never had the chance to see that place, you need to go there. A lot of people think Waverly Hills is very big. If you take a drone shot like the one that's on the screen right now, and you go over it, you'll see just how huge this is. This place is amazing. It was there where we captured some of the most amazing evidence that we've ever gotten.
Back several decades ago here at the hospital, there was a patient who was delivered here, a young woman named Rebecca. It's our understanding that she was brought here by her husband because he didn't want her anymore, not that she was in any way mentally ill.
Unfortunately, women have always been victims of the medical health system back in the 1900s. They were put in the asylums for all kinds of reasons, such as schizophrenia. They even got put in there if they snored too much, or if they cheated on the husband, or if the husband just didn't want them anymore. One day, they were gone. And one of the most shocking things is they actually had the diagnosis etched on their back. These asylums did not play favorites. They even put children in these cold places. And Rebecca was no exception.
When I talk about communicating with Rebecca, I've been sensitive since I was very small. I not only can hear spirits, I can see them. Now, I've run up on some spirits I didn't particularly like to talk to, but chatting with Rebecca is always a pleasure, even though her story is very sad. I asked Rebecca what type of treatment she had received here. Rebecca indicated to me that she had received shock therapy here.
The straps held them up against the wall so they didn't throw up. There's a strap right there. A very heavy place. Here's the fuse box. Here's the main units.
Shortly after she was brought here as a patient, she became pregnant.
She had a miscarriage, and it occurred in her room, which is next door to the suicide bathroom.
She delivered a stillborn child within a few months after the child was born, and we're not sure how she did it. She got the child into a glass jar, and she hid it in her closet, which I can't imagine how she pulled that off.
During our investigations and EVP sessions here, we uncovered a story about a girl named Rebecca, and she had lost her baby here. I had an interesting, you could say, experience in this room down here. I want to show you.
Rebecca, could you please tell us why you're crying?
Well, we'd like to know that too. Can you tell us?
It was so heavy, and there was this angry feeling and this distraught feeling like somebody had been hurt, had been so damaged that they couldn't possibly handle it, and they had to be put in here. And I truly believe, in my personal opinion, that Rebecca was in one of these rooms, and she was put in here after she lost her baby. I say that because the pain of her story and the suffering that she went through, you could feel those emotions at that night.
We want to find the baby. What happened to the baby?
Can you walk over to the closet?
What is the interest in that hole? So consecutively, always on that cubby hole. Something forming? That's it?
She had something she described as probably a pickle jar that she put the fetus in. And in the closet in her room was a small door that she could open and more or less hide items.
Look, it's going off. What did that do to us, Phil?
It's picking something up again, but every time I shut it away, it goes away,
Look.
which means it's here. Yep.
What is it?
It's like something crawling in there. Anomaly acquired. You'll see a little hidden door, and then you're welcome to go in there, and we'll use the SLSs, and we'll do whatever. But she used to take it out of you, and I heard she used to sit in the window. Is that correct? In the windowsill, right?
And she's rocking chair.
And rock the windowsill, and then she would, if you heard somebody coming, she would. Now, Tina. Oh, thank you. And Tina,
Oh, man.
in the thing that we filmed,
Yes.
we just had this instinct that she probably had not the jar of the baby just by itself, but probably wrapped in some kind of blanket
I
or.
wouldn't be surprised.
Now we thought probably a patient outfit because that's what she probably had access to, and then she would be able to think like act like a baby, and then she probably would have put it into that cubby hole wrapped up.
Every night when she thought she was alone in her room, she would take the child out and she would rock her child.
She would sing lullabies and then put the jar back because she didn't want to get caught with it. Eventually, the nurses came in, took the baby away from her, and she says that she's pretty sure that a patient ratted her out.
Some of the other patients became aware that she had this and she was doing this, and they revealed her secret. The faculty took her child away, and at this point when they did so, she took her own life.
We did many EVP and spirit box sessions while we were at St. Albans Sanatorium.
We're recording.
Did somebody hurt you in here?
We were absolutely needed to see if we could reach Rebecca and see if we can actually communicate with her.
Rebecca here now? Rebecca, are you here?
Hello. Is the baby still here?
Some of the EVPs and spirit box sessions are absolutely chilling.
I can't quite tell. I think she will.
Disembodied voices, possibly 2 or 3 people talking at the same time, almost like someone was holding Rebecca down.
What's going to kill you?
But we were able to get a baby cry, which we believe was connected to the child in the jar that was found in the wall. And then the ultimate one, we had done a ghost investigation in the suicide bathroom, and exactly when we got there, where we actually filmed the scene for the movie, we got, "Get out of here right now."
We want to tell your story
and honor you.
And honor you and help you move on. The fuck?
What did it say? I
I'm
missed
getting out of
it.
this room
What
right
did
now.
it say? I missed it.
Something that was crazy.
Get out. Get out of this room.
Get out of this
room.
room.
It's clear as day.
Get out of this room.
And we all got the
What did you hear?
goosebumps in the hair standing up.
Get out of this room now.
Talk about chills, oh my God. I would say half of our investigators left after that. They could not deal with it. St. Albans was truly haunted and through the roof that night, and this all happened in the bathroom where we actually filmed, where she actually committed suicide. Even the equipment malfunctioned. I mean, we use a smoker in a lot of our scenes to get that sort of beautiful lighting that you love to see in our films.
The fogger started pumping by itself, filling the room up with soap, and we were doing the scene where they take the baby away from Rebecca. Of all times for that to go off to,
right out time to go out to the babies and say, like, get the fuck out, my baby's in there now.
Everybody had to leave the room because it was so fogged up. And we couldn't help wondering, I don't think she liked that. I don't think she wanted anybody here.
Yeah, it was pretty disturbing. Still not quite over it yet. So while we were investigating this room, there was 5 or 6 of us, and I was sitting in that corner. At one point in time, I felt like a push on the back of my head. It startled me so much that I left the room in a hurry. Once I made it to the hallway, there was an intense burning sensation on the back of my neck. As the group met up with me, they noticed that I had 3 deep whelped scratches on the back of my neck.
Let's talk about what happened last time we were there, right?
Oh, there was so much that happened. There was a lot of amazing experiences, a couple of scary experiences. Phil, tell us about your experience you had.
So we were doing a ghost hunt. I took a group up to the 2nd floor, and it's the suicide bathroom. And this is where Rebecca allegedly, she killed herself.
Phil was drawn up there twice. He kept getting lost and always ended up in the suicide bathroom.
What are the odds I end up right back getting lost again and taking another group to Rebecca's room again? I truly feel that that was a sign that I needed to be there at that time.
Oh, it's doing there? Yeah, I wonder, that's her room, yeah.
We took the SLS and checked for false positives.
When you use kinetics in paranormal investigation, it's very important that you ask your subject matter that you're filming, your ghost, to be able to communicate by moving its hand or moving into a room or into a chair. Otherwise, they could be false positive.
And it didn't take literally seconds to shine that over why that tragic event happened.
November of 2017, we got what I consider to be the most incredible evidence I've ever seen on a paranormal investigation in Rebecca's room, specifically in the closet where she kept the baby in a jar. We went in there with the SLS kinetic device.
It wasn't more than a minute or 2 before it says anomaly detected, anomaly acquired. I mean, that was chill, seeing anomaly acquired.
For moments, long moments, we viewed one large figure in the closet that filled up the space.
And it started drawing a kinetic figure of somebody with their arms pushing down towards that little door. And if that wasn't creepy enough or amazing enough, it then started sketching a mini kinetic figure in the shape of a child.
Got chills.
Just inside where the doorway was.
And after a few moments, another tiny figure, and you could see the larger one placing the baby, the smaller figure, into the cubby hole in the closet where the jar was kept. It wasn't just a quick blip that shows up here and there and you could kind of guess or hope that's what it was. It was so clear. I mean, it was one of the most compelling pieces of evidence that I've ever seen.
Both figures in kinetics through the SLS camera imitating an event stuck in time. Residual haunting over and over again, stuck on a different plane that we were allowed to see.
Someone had asked about her reuniting with her child, and clear as day, you hear a baby cry. And we tried to reenact sounds like the creaking floors or someone walking around, the wheelchair creaking, and nothing sounded the way that EVP did. It was a child crying. It was absolutely heartbreaking.
So how do you feel that you're connected to Rebecca?
I'm a mom. I feel for Rebecca. I've lost a child like Rebecca, and I know when I first heard her story, I connected with her instantly. and I could just feel all of the emotions and all of the pain and all the suffering that she felt like she was responsible for what happened. She doesn't understand how many people she could help if she could just tell her story. She could help so many women like me and countless other people that have gone through it.
So what do you want to get out of, what you hope to get out of this, doing this show?
I hope to help Rebecca find her way home with her baby, to be happy, to not feel abandoned or unwanted, to see that this child loved her, even though she couldn't actually hold it while it was alive. It loved her because she loved it. And that's every mother's hope, to be with their child.
There's times when there's not just sadness and despair that you feel in Rebecca's area, but you almost feel blame. It's like she's blaming herself for all that happened.
I think Rebecca is attached to St. Albans, wandering, looking for her baby, wanting her baby back.
And we just want her to know that none of this was her fault. Certainly not the loss of the child, certainly not having it taken away from her. We want her to know that her child would have loved her very much as she loved her.
It is our hopes, telling Rebecca's story and her child, that it creates light in the form of them getting closure.
Our cameras, our audio, as a vessel to help tell her story in hopes that she will find a way to cross over and be with her baby again.
Go on and cross over, be with your beautiful baby, be happy and free of this place and this awful recurring cycle.
I know that your baby is already on the other side. She's waiting for you, and all you need to do is step into the light, honey. And you'll be reunited forever.